At first glance, the Fourier transform looks like an intimidating piece of pure mathematics. Our goal today isn't just to memorize this formula, it's to uncover what it actually means visually. Notice the core engine driving this entire expression, e raised to minus I omega t. To understand the full transform, we first need to understand what this exponential term is doing. Let's start with Euler's formula, e raised to I theta. On the complex plane, e raised to I theta isn't just a number, it's a recipe for rotation. As theta changes, e raised to I theta traces out a point moving along a perfect unit circle. What happens when we add two of these rotating vectors together, like e raised to I theta plus e raised to I into 0.2 theta? By superimposing these two simple circular motions, the combined vector traces out a much more intricate, complex pattern. The interaction of rotating frequencies generates geometry. Now, let's introduce time into e raised to I omega t by setting omega equals 2 pi f. Here, f represents the frequency in cycles per second. As we adjust omega, notice how the speed of rotation changes. Omega is simply the velocity of winding, how fast our vector spins around the origin. Let's take a pure signal, like a sine wave with a frequency of 5 Hz. When we multiply this signal by e raised to I omega t, we are wrapping or winding this sine wave around the origin of the complex plane at a chosen winding frequency, f. Why do we wind the function? Watch what happens to the shape center of mass. When our winding frequency doesn't match the signal's 5 Hz frequency, the loops scatter evenly around the origin, keeping the center of mass right near zero. But the moment our winding frequency hits exactly 5 Hz, the wave's peaks line up on one side. This asymmetry pulls the center of mass dramatically away from the center. This is where the integral comes in. In calculus, an integral sums up all the points along a continuous curve. Integrating g of t into e raised to I omega t over time is literally calculating the location of that center of mass. The magnitude of the integral tells us how strongly that specific frequency is present in our original wave. By continuously sweeping our winding frequency f and tracking the distance of the center of mass from the origin, we plot a new graph, frequency versus intensity. Where the center of mass spikes, we pinpoint the hidden frequency of 5 Hz. Finally, imagine taking a complex, noisy signal composed of multiple unknown frequencies added together. By passing this combined wave through our winding machine and evaluating the center of mass at every frequency, the Fourier transform neatly separates the mess into distinct intensity peaks. It unmasks every hidden frequency component hiding inside the signal, and that is what the Fourier transform actually does. A peak near zero frequency represents the signal's DC component, the constant baseline offset or average value that pulls the unwound wave away from the origin.